Good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 56th valedictory exercises of the Yorkton Regional High School, the graduation ceremony for the class of 2023. As we begin the procession of graduates, I ask that you turn off or silence all cell phones at this time. It'll take just a few seconds. Please remain seated for the entire processional. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the YRHS class of 2023. the YRHS Class of 2023. I would now ask all who are able to rise and remove your headwear for the playing of O Canada by Drew Cody, followed by the honor song performed by the YRHS Drum Group. Please remain standing. be seated. Thank you to Drew Cody and the YRHS drum group. Graduates, special guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jonna McBride, and I am pleased to serve as your MC for today's commencement. As an act of reconciliation, we acknowledge that the land which we gather today is Treaty 4 territory, signed September 1874, Fort Qu'Appelle, the traditional territory of the Cree, Saulteaux, Anishinaabe, Assiniboine, and homeland of the Métis people. Acknowledging territory shows recognition of and respect for Indigenous peoples. It is recognition of their presence both in the past and the present. Recognition and respect are essential elements of establishing healthy, reciprocal relations. These relationships are key to reconciliation. However, acknowledging territory is only the beginning of cultivating strong relationships with First Peoples of Canada. To begin our exercises this afternoon, I would like to note we have two Good Spirit School Division board members present, Mr. Steve Orion and Miss Lois Spandich. As well, Mr. Quinton Robertson, Director of Education. I would like to call forward Mr. Robertson with the Director's message on behalf of Good Spirit School Division.
Ladies and gentlemen, GSSD trustees, esteemed Yorkton Regional High School faculty, proud parents, families, friends, and most importantly, the remarkable graduating class of 2023. I bid you a warm welcome. I'm deeply honored to be addressing you today as the Director of Education for the Good Spirit School Division, standing here in this wonderful theater, where the walls resonate with the spirit of the Yorkton Regional High School, a place we affectionately call the Land of Orange, or the family of Raiders. Graduates, look around you. You're surrounded by a sea of orange. More than just a color, it represents the pride, the passion, the perseverance that each of you has exhibited through your journey at the Yorkton Regional High School. But remember, as you leave these hallowed halls, you carry this orange spirit with you as a badge of honor. In your journey ahead, remember your school division and school motto. The school's motto is "In the pursuit of excellence." It's a statement that carries profound meaning. It doesn't simply imply the chase of high grades or accolades, but the relentless quest for betterment in every aspect of your life. It means striving for kindness, for understanding, for compassion, for resilience and wisdom. As the family of Raiders, we're unified in our school division mission of building strong foundations to create bright futures. This foundation is not just made up of academic knowledge, but also character, integrity, empathy. Scott Galloway, a distinguished professor and entrepreneur, once said, "The kindest person in the room is often the smartest." I'm going to say that again. The kindest person in the room is often the smartest. This, my dear graduates, rings true for the world that awaits you. Your academic achievements, while important, will carry you only so far. The world out there needs more than just smart people. It needs kind people. Kindness speaks of understanding, patience, tolerance, and respect for others. Trust me when I say that these traits are traits that will help you navigate life's challenges and excel you in any path you choose. Your high school graduation is an exciting milestone, a culmination of hard work that you put through the last 4 years. As you celebrate this significant achievement today, I urge you to remember the spirit of the Yorkton Regional High School Raider, the orange pride that has been ingrained in you. As you step into the world, remember to pursue excellence, not just in your career, but in your life. Build strong foundations of character and create a future that is bright not just for you, but for those around you. Remember that the smartest person in the room is not just the one with the highest grades, but with the kindest heart. Graduates, you are the future. You carry within you the spirit of the land of Orange, the family of Raiders, the pursuit of excellence. And we can't wait to see the incredible futures that will be in your path, your future, excuse me. Congratulations, class of 2023, on this monumental achievement. I'm incredibly proud of each of you. Remember, once a Raider, always a Raider. And here's to the pursuit of excellence and the creation of bright futures. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robertson. Next, I would like to call on Mr. Steve Ryan, GSSD board member, to bring greetings on behalf of the Good Spirit School Division and to present the Freiheit Award of Excellence.
Good afternoon to the graduating class of 2023, parents, guests, and staff. As a local trustee of the Good Spirit School Division, it's my privilege to address you on this important day. Congratulations on reaching this milestone in your academic journey. You should be proud of your accomplishments and your dedication to excellence. The YRHS motto, "In Pursuit of Excellence," has been a guiding principle for you throughout your time here, and I'm confident it will continue to be a driving force in your future endeavors. The Good Spirit School Division's vision is learning without limits, achievement for all. And I believe you've truly embodied this vision during your time at the YRHS. You've demonstrated a commitment to learning, a desire for growth, and a determination to achieve your goals. As you move forward into the next chapter of your lives, I encourage you to continue this pursuit of knowledge and to never stop striving for excellence. Graduates, you've not reached this moment alone. Behind each of you stands a community of people who have supported you along the way. To the parents, families, and loved ones of our graduates, I extend my deepest gratitude for the role you played in shaping these young minds. Your encouragement, guidance, and unwavering support have been invaluable. To the dedicated staff and educators of YRHS, thank you for your commitment to providing the students with the knowledge and skills they need to succeed. You have worked tirelessly to foster a love of learning in these graduates and to help them reach their full potential. Your dedication to excellence has not gone unnoticed, and it is appreciated more than words can express. As you leave the YRHS and move into the next phase of your lives, I leave with you this inspirational quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail." Your future is yours to create, and I encourage you to embrace your individuality, take risks, make a difference in the world. Pursue your passions, follow your dreams, and never settle for anything less than excellence. Congratulations, class of 2023. May you continue to grow and make us proud as you embark on your next adventure. In September of 1967, the regional high school opened its doors to students from Yorkton and surrounding communities. Prior to that opening, the school board of the day made many decisions pertaining to the operation of the school, one of which was to select the school's motto, "Pursuit of Excellence." In July of that same year, a tragic accident on a Yorkton street claimed the life of Margaret Freiheit, the most outstanding graduate of the Yorkton Collegiate Institute. The following was written in the 1966 YCI yearbook, and I quote, Margaret Freiheit, the most outstanding graduate of the Yorkton Collegiate Institute in June of 1966, stood for excellence in everything she did. She won the Governor General Proficiency Medal for her class in grade 9, 10, 11, and 12. Grade 12 departmental exams had an average of 95% in 10 subjects. She was an active community member and ready to lend a helping hand whenever it was needed. Her tragic passing inspired a citizen of Yorkton, at that time school board trustee and lawyer, now Queen's Bench Judge Jim Milliken, to set up an award that would perpetuate the name of Margaret Freiheit, whose performance at YCI exemplified what the founding school board had in mind for the quality of excellence expressed in its motto, the pursuit of excellence. This award would be a tangible recognition of the fundamental aim of the Yorkton Regional High School. To win this award, a student must demonstrate excellence in a number of pursuits. This quality must be apparent to both fellow students and teachers who jointly figure in the selection process. This year's recipient, as voted on by his peers, is Droon Rugland. Hard-working young man with a fantastic sense of humor. He sticks out amongst his peers due to his academic rigor, athletic ability. Throughout Droon's high school career, he has been dedicated to Taekwondo, competing twice nationally and claiming a bronze medal in 2022. Along with this achievement, Droon has been an active member of the YRHS Robotics Club as well as the school band. And encouraging to his classmates, always ready with an attitude. Every day, Droon embodied what it means to be a Raider through his determination, respect for others, and ability to unapologetically be himself. Congratulations on this great honor, Droon.
Congratulations, Droon, and thank you to Mr. Varayan. Before I introduce the graduating class, I would like to offer my personal congratulations to each of you on your high school graduation. You have had a significant impact in the land of Orange during some very turbulent and uncertain times. You should truly be proud of your many accomplishments, especially through a world pandemic. This is an opportunity to look at your next phase of life and consider if you should rebuild, reclaim, or refresh what you have started. You have a foundation. Now it is time to decide if it needs rebuilding, reclaiming, or refreshing. Sometimes foundations get damaged with wear and tear or crushed with unavoidable circumstances, and there is no choice but to rebuild. More often than not, foundations can crack, which is an opportunity to reclaim what is there and fix what needs fixing. And sometimes there is nothing wrong with the foundation, but what sits on top simply needs a refresh. I challenge you to think of where you are at. Are you rebuilding, reclaiming, or refreshing? I too will be considering the challenge as I prepare for the next phase of my life, what comes after retirement. And as you prepare for what comes after graduation, 2023 is a special year. I encourage you to continue in your pursuit of excellence, dream big, and work hard. As I introduce the graduates, diplomas will be presented, academic excellence recipients will be announced. These awards are awarded to those individuals who have earned the distinction of having an average of 80% or better in their grade 12 year. This calculation is based on a formula in which 7 classes are used: English A and B 30, History or Native Studies 30, 1 30-level science, chemistry, physics, biology, or computer science, 1 30-level math, math foundations, math workplace, pre-calculus or calculus, and 2 30-level electives. I will also be announcing a Saskatchewan Youth Apprenticeship Hour. They are also to be recognized today to graduates who have completed 3 levels of apprenticeship theory. They will receive 300 hours of credit towards a designated trade. These certificates will provide apprenticeship credits in a trade of the student's choice and will be mailed to them at a later date. The presentation of today's diplomas will be made by Mr. Quinton Robertson, Director of Good Spirit School Division, Mr. Mike Haskowich, Principal of Yorkton Regional, and Mr. Alan Kyle, Vice Principal, Yorkton Regional High School. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just let them get their place. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 56th graduating class of the Yorkton Regional High School. Please hold your applause until all of the graduates have been introduced. Georgina Aktimichuk. Matthew Anderson. Andrew Anholt. Dua On. Aidan Bergen, with distinction. Bhargavi Bhatt, with great distinction. Elia Bolney, with great distinction. Tegan Bolton Zarabeski. Marissa Buds, great distinction. Madeline Bullich. Marin Caskey, with great distinction. Coralie Collins. Kevin Corrado, with distinction. Drew Cody. Sharia Vanice Kunanan, with great distinction. Georgia Curran. Tori Danilko, with distinction. Steve Daw. Cree Delorme with great distinction. Sky Devons. John DeWerl with distinction. Carter Diddick with great distinction. Presley Dingman with distinction. Cameron Dubriel with great distinction. Angela Duff with great distinction. Isabel Easton with great distinction. Dylan Eckert. Emma Adel with great distinction. Owen Effa with distinction. Will Exner. Taylor Ferris with distinction. Dawson Fleury. Keegan Foreman. Zach Franklin. Avery Friday. Kaylin Fick. Phoebe Irish Abigail Gamble with great distinction. Kanan Gervais with youth apprenticeship hours. Cameron Gillard with distinction. E.J. Gimena. Ashlyn Ganip with distinction. Hayden Goddard, with distinction. Vaughn Gable. Samuel Golds, with great distinction. Nicholas Gordon, with distinction. Brady Greensides. Lucas Hammond. Chance Happy, with great distinction. Paul Hedden. Danielle Hitchings, with distinction. Emma Hodgkinson. Grady Hoffman. Keenan Holstein. Colton Hubick, with distinction. Drew Hubrid, with great distinction. Hannah Hudson. Jade Hudson. Avery Hootie. Raheem Hurd, with distinction.
Take a selfie at the end of the stage.
Brianna Jansen, with great distinction. Josh Johnson, with distinction. Vinay Junik, with great distinction. Kiyong Kim. Jocelyn Cahoot, with distinction. Jenna Carroll, with great distinction. Andrew Cozy. Dawson Lake. Garen Lammers, with distinction. Rylan Landstad, with distinction. Landon Larson, with distinction. Liam Larson, with great distinction. Amy LaValle.
Good job, baby.
Aiden Leslie. Delaney Liebrecht.
I love you. Get out of my house.
Matthew Lissel. Charlotte Lowen, with distinction. Judy Lopez. Shea Luce, with distinction. William McGilvery. Emily Maloff. Mark Mariano, with distinction. Adam Mason, with distinction. Nathan Matichuk, with distinction. Gavin Drew Maddock, with distinction. Cadence Matkowski, with distinction. Bryson McClary. Tony Medvid. Jordan Michael, with distinction. Logan Miller. Trevor Morrissey. Kale Nabozniak. Taylor Nash.
Smile. For Mom, thank you.
Ethan Neal, with great distinction. Avery Newmiller, with distinction. Brandon Novak. Louise Oloko, with great distinction.
That's who we thought of last week.
Dayton Olson. Chet Ostapowicz, with distinction. Genesee Pelly. Max Penner, with great distinction. Lauren Porsche. Alexandra Ponsley, with great distinction. Carter Potsis. Kane Procession.
Stand up.
Matthew Prodonchuk. Kristen Prabilski, with great distinction. Paulina Pugh. Julia Pura, with great distinction. Jareen Ramos, with distinction. Paige Rathgaber. Jaron Reaney, with distinction. Michael Reitz. Faith Renenberg. Kaylin Rivette, with great distinction. Eli Robertson, with distinction. Jonathan Roisman, with distinction. Matthew Ron. Droon Rugland, with great distinction. Janice Ruiz Mesa, with distinction. Yancy Saracho, with distinction. Kiefer Sagara, with distinction. Piper Shipowick, with distinction. Cole Smith, with great distinction. Cole, look out. David Smith. Jackson Sperling, with distinction. Brandon Spilchin. Taylor Spakowski. Dina Stadnick, with distinction. Manning Statistician with great distinction. Jeffrey Stewart with great distinction. Tyson Stuckey. Riza Takach.
Way to go, pizza!
Drew Taylor with distinction. Avrin Tebay with distinction. Mackenzie Thironanum Gossamo. Kaylin Thompson. Lucas Timko. Jesse Ward with great distinction. Macy Waschenfelder with distinction. Owen Watrich with distinction. Logan Westbelt. Cameron Wilson. Mackenzie Wilson. Taya Yankee with distinction. Liam Yaden with great distinction. Emily Zaretsky Langen with distinction. Jai Zawadsky with great distinction. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of 2023. to ask Mr. Haskowicz to come forward and present 4 items. The highest scholastic award, the Academic Excellence Awards for grade 10 and 11 students, the introduction of our 2023 valedictorians, and the Governor General's Medal for 2023.
Thank you, Mrs. McBride. And once again, greetings to our graduates, our special guests, parents, and friends. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our many sponsors of our scholarships and awards today. Many of these businesses and organizations and individuals have been loyal to the Yorkton Regional High School right from our very first graduating class 56 years ago. Today, with their ongoing support, we have the privilege of awarding over $60,000 in scholarships and awards to our very worthy recipients. Thank you so much for your continued support. It's very much appreciated. Thank you to His Worship, Mayor Mitch Hipsley, for his help with our program today. Every year, Mitch has graciously supplied us with cap and gown images that comprise the class of 2023 composite photo that's on display in our very sharp foyer, soon to be mounted in our business wing hallway. Earlier this afternoon, GSSD Vice Chairman Mr. Steve Ryan presented our most prestigious award, the Freiheit Medal for Excellence, and Drew Rugland was the worthy recipient of the award, as decided by ballots cast by his fellow graduates. Prior to the actual voting taking place, I mentioned at the very last grad assembly that it's a huge honor just to be nominated for the award. And at this time I want to recognize the 11 additional students that were nominated for the Freiheit Medal for Excellence. I would ask that you stand when you hear your name announced and remain standing until all names are announced. Please hold your applause until I finish with all 11. Bergavi Bott, Marissa Buds, Presley Dingman, Isabel Easton, Drew Hubrid, Vinay Junik, Jenna Carole, Louise Aloco, Chet Ostapowicz, Alexandra Poncelet, and Kristen Probilski. Congratulations. Thanks, folks. Graduates, eventually you're going to get to digging around in that brown envelope we just presented you. It contains your diploma, and you'll find a couple letters addressed to you. I wanted to mention the 2 letters. One of them is from our Minister of Education, Mr. Dustin Duncan, and along with his congratulatory words, he mentions the Saskatchewan Advantage Scholarship that many of you may be able to apply for and earn up to $3,000. So make sure you take advantage of that. The second letter of congratulations comes to you from His Honor, Mr. Russ Morasti, the Lieutenant Governor of Saskatchewan. He wishes you well as you leave high school and encourages you to continue on with your education. As we move further and further away from COVID-19, I believe that it will be mentioned less and less. It did, however, have a direct impact on your graduation class. If you can think back 4 years ago or 4.5 years ago when you were leaving grade 8, leaving elementary school, thinking, high school, finally, some freedom. I can chew gum in the hallways. I can drive to school eventually. Man, this is going to be fun. And then you got here. You started out okay, grade 9, first semester, figuring out how to be a Raider. And then it happened. COVID struck, and I think those next 4 years sometimes felt like 40. Until this year, your only semester was that first semester of grade 9. You followed that up by online learning for your second semester. The Penta system in grade 10, where I honestly felt, and I think you'll agree, school was like jail to you. You showed up in the morning, had a 2.5-hour class, were forced to leave. You came back for another 2.5 hours in the afternoon, never had any extracurricular opportunities. Then in grade 11, we switched over to the quad system. and a kind of a version of extracurricular, but not quite the real thing. Then this year, we all thought, finally, some normalcy. But then that got cut short by construction. We have been waiting, well, we've been waiting forever. I've been waiting 19 years for this construction, and it finally came. So, construction always benefits somebody, and unfortunately, it benefits the next year's guys. And it always seems to be like that. Next year's students have independent heat and air conditioning units in all of their A-wing classrooms. Next year, and I've been saying this for so long, next year there's going to be air conditioning in this theater as I see parents fanning themselves feverishly. And get this, next year there's even going to be a freshly paved parking lot with 2 extra rows of parking. I don't know what we did wrong. This year, along with the construction, you literally lived through 4 seasons inside the building. There were days in the winter that we had little to no heat. You were huddled in your jackets with your mittens on trying to take notes, and in some classrooms it was actually snowing through the window holes. I'm not lying. In the spring, we felt raindrops falling on our heads. And just lately, we experienced weather that most of your folks pay thousands of dollars to experience in Mexico and Jamaica. Unfortunately, you were going through it for free in chemistry and math foundations. Sorry about that. I often thought of what advice I would impart to you on your last day of high school. What would I have liked to know back in 1985 when I took part in these same commencement exercises from this same Yorkton Regional High School? I came across an author who wrote a book, an American author, in 1995. The title's not the greatest. It's called Dumbing Down Our Kids: Why American Children Feel Good About Themselves, but They Can't Read, Write, or Add. Doesn't sound like a very inspiring read, and it honestly isn't. But he shares 11 rules for youth. And there's a couple there that I think are pretty apropos for us, so I'm going to share them with you. His first rule is that life isn't fair, but we just have to get used to it. And I think the road that you folks had to travel for the past 4 years would prove that. So thank you for staying the course and getting to the stage today. Rule number 4, if you thought your teachers were tough, wait until you meet your boss. Sorry, Mr. Robertson. Rule number 6, no one's listening. That is, no one's listening until you make a mistake. And we all make plenty. The trick is to learn from them and to keep learning from them. Rule number 7, and this is for your parents. Before you were born, your parents weren't as boring as you think they are today. They got that way from paying your cell phone bill, cleaning your clothes, listening to you talk about how cool you are, putting gas in your car, buying you that car. So, before you run away to save the rainforest from the parasites of your parents' generation, could you please just try to clean your bedroom closet once before you move out? There's only 2 more. Rule number 10, and I don't even know if this applies to you, but I just need a show of hands. How many of you watch or have watched Friends? Perfect. So, this is gonna bash that. Television isn't real. In real life, people actually get up and leave the coffee shop and go to jobs. And finally, rule number 11, probably the most important one. Be nice to nerds. Chances are you're going to end up working for one, or married to one, or you'll become one yourself, or you'll be one to your own children. Congratulations to you, our class of 2023. It's my pleasure on behalf of the entire staff of the Yorkton Regional High School to wish you all the best as you venture out on your own to begin the next chapter in your lives. Now, last year, we started a new tradition, Mr. Halliday and myself. And I think Raheem continued it, and that is the grad selfie with me. So bear with me because I'm not very good at working my phone. Okay, and this is going in the yearbook, so make sure you're smiling. Perfect, thank you for that. I want you all to know that as you leave the hallowed halls of the land of Orange, you can leave being confident in knowing that your school, your family, have done lots to prepare you for taking the next steps. Wherever you end up, take those steps with confidence, and always take a little bit of orange along with you. You'll always find friends when you take a piece of the pumpkin along for the ride. It is now my pleasure to introduce you all to the valedictorians for the class of 2023. The valedictory average is calculated by averaging final marks from semester 1 as well as midterm grades in semester 2. We use the following classes: English A30 and B30, History Canadian Studies 30 or Indigenous Studies 30, a Math 30 class, a Science 30 class, and 2 30-level electives. Today marks the third time in my 19 years here that we have a tie, right down to the third decimal point. I know, ridiculous, or amazing. That tie means that 2 young ladies with averages of 96.857 will share the duties as co-valedictorians for the class of 2023. I've been waiting a month to say this. There's one group of parents that knows who the valedictorian is, and there's another group of parents who does not know, and their daughter has kept it a secret. So I'm trying to find them to get the reaction. I am very pleased to introduce you to our co-valedictorians for the class of 2023, Isabel Easton and Julia Pura. Yes, we're going to stay there for a minute. I hope they're coming back because they have a speech to deliver. You didn't think I was going to read it for you, did you?
Before I begin, I want to say a quick shout out to my mom and dad. They didn't know I would be speaking up here, let alone be half the valedictorian. Mom and Dad, I hope this was a pleasant surprise. I love you guys. Good afternoon, parents, families, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates. Isabel and I are honored to speak to you all on behalf of the class of 2023. Today, as we gather to celebrate our high school graduation, I want to thank those who have supported us for the last 4 years. To the teachers and staff who have witnessed us procrastinate and ask for numerous extensions, thank you. Your patience and understanding does not go unnoticed, and we will always be grateful for the time and effort you put into teaching us. To the parents and family members, we cannot thank you enough for your endless love and support. You have been there for us since the very beginning, guiding us and watching us grow into the people we have become. The success we have achieved today is a reflection of the values you have instilled in us at a young age. We couldn't have done it without you. To the graduates who have worked tirelessly to reach this point in their lives, congratulations. Your hard work, determination, and perseverance have been proven worthy. I hope you are all filled with a great sense of accomplishment because getting through high school is no easy feat.
Look at us, all grown up. Well, some of us at least. The last 4 years of our lives officially come to an end today.
but have and will always shape who we are and who we will become. Class of 2023, we are the first class to have gone through 4 different models of education. First semesters, then online, pentas, quads, and then full circle right back to semesters again. Our education, however, is not the only thing shaping who we are. The very first time we entered this building as the class of 2023 for Raider for a Day, we saw Mr. Haskowich throw a fish at Owen Effa and Matlin Bullich right here in the Amport Amphitheater. That really set the tone for the next 4 years. We have eaten Thanksgiving meals together, cheered on our football teams at Friday Night Lights, played Hunger Games, and maybe made it to the end, or if you're Colton, only ever lasted 10 seconds. Over the last 4 years, we've made countless memories, from our time hangouts to getting your first fare to Drew Cody's encore at his final performance. We have had a lot of fun together, and each of these moments are what make us, us. The best thing you can be in this world is yourself, and if the future is even half as kind, passionate, hilarious, and dedicated to excellence as you are, then we are bound to witness an extraordinary world filled with genuine joy, meaningful connections, and boundless possibilities.
Without a doubt, it will be difficult to say farewell to everything that was familiar, everything that was comfortable, and everything that had become routine. As much as we look forward to this day, some of us these past few weeks have been overcome with the realization that things will never be the same. We'll never be 17 again, spontaneously going out for lunch with our friends, or hurriedly lining up for the cafeteria fries. We'll never glance at each other in confusion when we come across a difficult question on an exam. We'll never be sitting in a class with our friends, holding in our laughter at the recollection of an embarrassing moment. And we'll never experience the excruciating 10-minute wait to leave the parking lot at the end of the day. So now that the time has come when we hear, "Have a good life," instead of "Have a good summer," I hope we make the most out of the last few moments we'll share, because one day will be nothing more than memories to one another.
Today is a representation of the support we have been given for the last 13 years of our lives. In this room are in thought, memory, and presence those that have mattered the most to us. And for that, we want to thank you. You have been the pillars of our success and our rock when times got tough. Not only were we supported by you, but we were supported by each other. In this room, there are people we have known our entire lives, and others we've come to know more recently. But as we walk out of these doors, it may be the last time you see these faces. In a way, these lasts are what make everything worth doing. 13 years for one last bell, one last lap around the halls, and one last goodbye. As we step out of these doors, each of us have a future waiting for us, and it is up to us to make it ours. So, class of 2023, I encourage you in this life to come, you strive to make mistakes. Because if you are making mistakes, you are trying new things, learning, living, pushing yourself, changing yourself, and changing the world around you. On behalf of Julia Pira and myself, thank you for listening, and congratulations to the class of 2023. Today, we would like to leave you with the words of Jack Johnson. Love is the answer, at least for most of the questions in my heart, like, why are we here, and where do we go, and how come it's so hard? It's not always easy, and sometimes life can be deceiving. I'll tell you one thing, it's always better when we're together.
Thank you, ladies. Well done. Now, I don't take credit for a lot around here, but I do think, even though I've never coached football, I launched Owen Effa's career by throwing that fish at him back in grade 9. He's now playing for the Thunder, which is pretty cool. And Madeline, I don't know how throwing a fish at you helped you become a cheer professional, we'll say, who got to compete at Worlds this year, but I'm pretty sure it had something to do with that fish. Next, we're going to move to our Academic Excellence Awards. And the Yorkton Regional High School has a long-standing tradition of honoring excellence in student achievement. To recognize this tradition, the Academic Excellence Awards, honoring the highest academic achievement at each of the 4 grade levels, were created. Each year, students achieving this honor will have their names displayed on plaques which have been established in the very sharp foyer and will receive an engraved keeper medal. Today we will honor academic excellence achieved in grades 10, 11, and 12. The Grade 10 Academic Excellence Award is based on a cumulative average of all classes taken in the 2022-23 school year. This year's Grade 10 Academic Excellence Award winner with an average of 97.700%, which happens to be the highest average in the entire school, is owned by a young lady who is super fast on the soccer pitch and super fast on the track. She just came back from high school track provincials where she was a bronze medalist in the 100 meter, 200 meter. I am privileged to present this award to Hadiza Kasim. The Grade 11 Academic Excellence Award is based on a cumulative average of all classes taken in the 2022-23 school year as well. This year's Grade 11 Academic Excellence Award winner goes to a young lady who has an average of 96.778. Her parents were coming into the theater this afternoon talking to me saying, "We do not know where she gets this from." I'm going to be honest and say it's probably her grandparents. And I'm only saying that because I know her mom and dad. Congratulations, Alexa Wagner. The Grade 12 Academic Excellence Award is based on an average of English Language Arts A30, E30, Canadian Studies 30, or Indigenous Studies 30, a 30-level Math, a 30-level Science, and 2 30-level electives. The Grade 12 recipient is also presented with the Governor General's Academic Medal. The Governor General's Academic Medal was established in 1873 and recognized students who have achieved the highest academic average in their respective high school. The medal, presented in secondary school, is a bronze medal on behalf of Her Excellency, the Right Honourable Marie Simon, Governor General of Canada. I am pleased to acknowledge this year's recipient of the Governor General's Academic Medal, a young lady with an overall graduating average of 96.778%. Isabel Easton, please come forward. Told her dad looks pretty proud. She goes, "I know, it's usually just my mom." Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Haskowich, and congratulations to all of those that were just presented awards. Continuing with our awards, I will call on Mr. Haskowich and Mr. Kyle to announce the recipients of our awards and scholarships for 2023.
Thanks again, Mrs. McBride. So, graduates apply for scholarship consideration by completing the YRHS Future Plan Survey, which helps match students with specific criteria as outlined by scholarship sponsors. Program selection, academic achievement, extracurricular participation, community involvement, and post-secondary status are all considered as the scholarship committee makes their decisions. This year, as I mentioned previously, the committee was able to award nearly $60,000 in scholarships to the graduating class of 2023. Now, if I'm sitting there as a parent thinking, $800 a class next year, sweet. We're going to start with the very first scholarship, the Joan Anya Memorial Scholarship, valued at $5,000, to be presented by Jason Anya. So Jason's our first presenter, so we're going to get this right. So Jason's going to come up, and as he's coming up, he's going to get an envelope, I believe, from Mr. Kyle. Come on up, Jason. Or maybe he's got it already. Perfect. He's going to go to the letter X. He's going to stay there till our recipient arrives, shake his or her hand, and hold on to that hand for a second for a picture, because this is a big deal. Joan Anya graduated from the Yorkton Regional High School in 1969. She began work as a nurse in 1972 and relocated to Yorkton in 1978, where she spent the remainder of her career working in psychiatric nursing. This new award, created by her husband to honor her memory and presented by her son, himself a 1997 YRHS grad, go Raiders, will be presented annually to a student entering the nursing field who strives for academic and extracurricular excellence, displays a sense of volunteerism and community spirit, and has a genuine interest in helping others. This year's recipient is Jenna Carroll. Jenna will be attending the University of Saskatchewan this fall, where she plans to become a registered nurse.
Way to go, Jenna!
Next up, we have the University of Regina Hills School of Business High School Partnership Award, also valued at $5,000, presented by Mrs. Christine Tether. This award is offered to select high schools across the province for qualified students entering the Hill School of Business at the University of Regina. The $5,000 is to be distributed among students attending Hill School of Business in the fall. YRHS has only one student attending, and he will receive the entire award. Congratulations to this year's recipient, Nathan Manichuk. Next up, we have the Ruth Smith Educational Scholarship, valued at $2,000, presented by Mrs. Loran Chapman. This scholarship is offered to a student who has worked hard to achieve success. The student will be pursuing post-secondary studies to further their education. This year's recipient is Brianna Jansen. Brianna will be attending the University of Regina in the fall, where she will study elementary education.
We're going to have this fight over the microphone all afternoon. The Morrison Christopherson Scholarship, valued at $1,500, presented by Elsa Laxdal. This scholarship was established by Nancy Morrison in memory of her mother, Jessie Christopherson, who taught at Burke School, and her father, William H. Morrison, a lawyer for over 55 years in Yorkton and a member of the school board of the Yorkton Collegiate Institute. The scholarship is to honor their love and commitment to education and is available to a student who shows general proficiency and who plans post-secondary education at a public institution. Would Droon Rugland please come forward to receive your award? Droon will be attending the University of Saskatchewan this fall, where he'll be studying engineering. The Susan Harper Memorial Scholarship, valued at $1,500, presented by Ms. Rebecca Tatarnik. This scholarship is given to a student who is planning to enroll in a registered nursing training program in Saskatchewan. The winner is Kaylin Rivette. Kaylin will be attending the University of Saskatchewan this fall, where she plans to become a registered nurse.
Next up, we have the Portage Teachers Association Memorial Bursary, valued at $1,500, presented by Ms. Sarah Greensides. This bursary is awarded to a son or daughter of an active member of the Portage Teachers Association. The recipient of this award is Liam Larson. Liam will be attending Saskatchewan Polytechnic in the fall, where he will study computer engineering technology. The Rusnak, Balako, Ketcher, and Rusnak Law Scholarship, valued at $1,250, presented by David Rusnak. This scholarship is presented to a student of high academic standing who has completed the grade 12 law class. The student must be continuing with post-secondary education. Kristen Prabilski, please come forward. Kristen will be attending the University of Saskatchewan in the fall, where she will study engineering.
The Access Communications Doug Alexander Scholarship, valued at $1,000, presented by Ms. Tara Haugen. The Access Communications Doug Alexander Scholarship Program recognizes not only academic excellence, but contributions to the community. Doug Alexander was a legendary Saskatchewan broadcaster for over 50 years and the Community Relations Manager for Access Communications. Doug firmly believed that if everyone just does their part, the world would be a much better place. This scholarship is awarded by Access to a student who is academic and invests in their community through volunteerism. Our recipient this year is Vinay Junik. Vinay plans to attend the University of Saskatchewan this fall, where he will study kinesiology. The Saskatchewan Snowmobile Association Scholarship, valued at $1,000, presented by Mrs. Loran Chapman. This award was granted to 2 students in the province this year, with one of the recipients being our very own Kanan Jarvis. Kanan will be starting his apprenticeship immediately and completing courses to obtain a Red Seal in refrigeration and HVAC certification. Congratulations, Kanan.
Next up is the Hopkins Bursary, valued at $1,000 each, presented by Elsa Laxdal. This bursary is to recognize the help offered to the early European settlers in this area by the Indigenous people. This year, the 2 students receiving the bursary are Cree Delorme and Elia Bolmy. Please come forward. Cree will be studying microbiology at the University of Manitoba in the fall, and Elia will be attending the University of Saskatchewan in the fall, where she will study engineering. Congratulations. Next is the John and Ethel Prop Music Scholarship, valued at $1,000, presented by Ms. Adele Sawatsky. This scholarship is awarded to a band and/or choir student who has shown dedication, diligence, commitment, and cooperation in both attitude and participation in the music program, and who is continuing with post-secondary education. The winner is Isabel Easton. Isabel will be attending the University of Victoria, where she'll be pursuing a degree in physics and astronomy.
The Florence Woolition Memorial Scholarship, valued at $1,000, presented by Mr. Dan Cross. This scholarship was established in accordance with the wishes of the late Florence Woolition, who held a high value for education and a desire to support young people in achieving their educational goals. The recipient must show general proficiency and must be continuing with post-secondary education. The very worthy recipient is Emma Adel. Emma will be attending the University of Saskatchewan in the fall, where she plans to study biomedical science in preparation for the College of Pharmacy. The Dr. Boris Tolchinsky Memorial Bursary, valued at $1,000, presented by Mrs. Loran Chapman. This award goes to a deserving graduate who is planning on continuing their studies and entering a healthcare profession. This year's recipient is Maren Kasky. Maren will be attending the University of Calgary this fall, where she plans to become a registered nurse.
The Heather Laxdal Memorial SRC Bursary, valued at $500, and we have two of them, presented by Elsa Laxdal. This bursary is given to a grade 12 student who has gone above and beyond the call of their office over the course of the school year, striving to maintain and better the level of school spirit and enthusiasm. This year, the scholarship will be shared by Isabel Easton and Vinay Junik. Please come forward. Next is the Brock Poulin Memorial Award, valued at $1,000, presented by Ms. Tara Haugen. Brock grew up in Yorkton and attended the YRHS from 1993 to 1996. He was a formidable part of the high school drama and band and was always ready to make someone laugh. He excelled academically and was someone who gave others the courage to be themselves. Brock proved that with deep faith in yourself, you can do anything. This award is to honor his joyful spirit and his life's work, and is awarded to a student with good academic standing who has been involved in band, choir, and/or drama in high school. This year's recipient is Marissa Buds. Marissa will be attending the University of Saskatchewan, where she plans to major in psychology with the goal of entering medicine or a career in therapy.
The Maestrovich Farms Limited Scholarship, valued at $1,000, presented by Eugene Maestrovich. This new scholarship is presented to a student from Willowbrook who is planning post-secondary education in the trades. This year's recipient is Kane Procession. Kane plans to attend Vancouver Island University, where he plans to complete the heavy-duty equipment course. Kane is also going to be playing football, junior football, in the BC League with the Vancouver Island Raiders. We wish him all the luck. All the best of luck. The Good Spirit Teachers Association scholarships valued at $750, and there are 5 of them. 5 out of 6, I believe, that the school division offers. That says something about our kids. Presented by Mr. Dan Cross. These scholarships are awarded to grade 12 students who are continuing with post-secondary studies leading to qualifications in the teaching profession. The GSTA has chosen 5 recipients from the Yorkton Regional High School this year. Drew Hubrid, Owen Effa, Avron Tabay, Chet Ostapowicz, and Jaron Rainey. Please come down to receive your awards. Avron will be attending the University of Saskatchewan to become a social studies teacher. Drew will be starting her time at the University of Saskatchewan with the Parkland College and will be studying elementary education. Chet plans to complete a dual degree in kinesiology and education from the University of Saskatchewan. Owen will be studying education at the University of Regina, where he'll be playing with the Regina Thunder. And Jaron Rainey, don't run away, because I think we have a contract for you to sign. Jaron is going to be studying education at the University of Saskatchewan and plans to come back here in 4 short years to teach practical and applied arts. And boy, oh boy, do we need him.
Next up is the General Alexander Ross Branch number 77 bursaries, valued at $750, presented by Ken and Kathy Gordon. These bursaries are presented to grade 12 students who are the children or grandchildren of a veteran or RCMP member and who plan to continue their education. Students must apply for these bursaries. There are 5 recipients this year. Would Alex Poncelay, Nicholas Gordon, Liam Yaden, Emma Adel, and Chet Ostapowicz please come forward? Alex will be attending Brandon University to become a registered nurse. Nicholas will be studying arts and science at the University of Saskatchewan. Liam plans to study biomedicine at the University of Saskatchewan as well. Congratulations once again to all the recipients. Liam, you can stay standing because next up is the Western Inspirational Award, valued at $750, presented by Ms. Sarah Greensides. This award, sponsored by the Western Financial Group, is to recognize a student who has overcome adversity, displayed outstanding community and school spirit as an organizer, and demonstrated inspirational conduct. Like I said, Liam Yaden is the recipient of this award. Well deserved.
The Indigenous Western Inspirational Award, valued at $750, presented by Ms. Erin Nicola. This award is sponsored by the Western Financial Group. It is to recognize an Indigenous student who has overcome adversity, displayed outstanding community and/or school spirit as an organizer and/or as a participant, and who has demonstrated inspirational conduct. The recipient is chosen from staff nominations. Genesee Pelly, please come forward. Genesee will be attending the University of Regina this fall to earn a degree in social work. The Art Blouse Memorial Scholarship valued at $500 presented by Mrs. Loran Chapman. This scholarship goes to a deserving student with a high academic average who intends to continue their education in agriculture. The recipient is Cadence Matkowski. Cadence will be attending Lakeland College this fall to earn a crop technology and agribusiness diploma. The Park Memorial Scholarship valued at $500 presented by Mr. Dan Cross. This scholarship is given to a deserving student who has a high academic record and plans to continue post-secondary studies. The student's name will also be placed on a plaque which remains at the school. The winner is Muiz Oloko. Muiz will be attending the University of Toronto this fall to earn an honors degree in science before entering into pharmacy.
Next up are our YRHS staff scholarships valued at $500, and we have 2 of them this year, presented by Mrs. Lana Stanek-Sebastian. These awards go to students who show excellence and must be continuing with post-secondary education. Our candidates both have an excellent academic record and have the respect of both staff and students. The recipients are Sam Goltz and Carter Diddick. Both Sam and Carter will be attending the University of Saskatchewan in the fall, where they'll both be studying engineering. Next is the Gloria Hayden Memorial Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Ms. Tara Haugen. This scholarship is awarded to a student advancing to a post-secondary institution in either kinesiology or a recreation field. The student must possess positive leadership qualities and above average academic standing. The graduate who meets these criteria is Jeffrey Stewart. Jeffrey has been accepted at the University of Saskatchewan, where he plans to study kinesiology and education online while playing hockey for the Neepawa Titans of the MJHL.
The Edwin Patzer Memorial Scholarships valued at $500 each, presented by Mr. Perry Ostapowicz. These scholarships are funded by the family of Flying Officer Edwin Patzer to perpetuate the memory of the young pilot who was killed in action in February 1945. He was also a former defensive star with the Yorkton Terriers Hockey Club from 1940 to 1942. These scholarships are awarded to deserving students who recognize excellence in the areas of athletics, academics, visual or performing arts, student representative council, or technical education. The students must be continuing formal education at a recognized post-secondary institution. Bergavi Bott, Cole Smith, and Max Penner, please come forward. Bergavi has been accepted into the University of Saskatchewan, where she plans to begin her academic career by earning a degree in biomedical neuroscience. Cole is going to be studying chemical engineering at the University of Saskatchewan, and Max will be studying veterinary technology at the Saskatchewan Polytechnic this fall. Congratulations.
Next is the Kinsman Club of Yorkton Proficiency Scholarships, valued at $500 each, presented by Dwayne Martinook. The Kinsman Awards are presented for high academic achievement and proficiency in extracurricular activities. Our winners have good academic records and have contributed much to the extracurricular programs of our school and community through volunteer work. The recipients are Elia Bomi, Emma Adel, Louisa Loco, and Sam Goltz. Congratulations. The C.J. Houston SRC Memorial Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Ms. Sarah Greensides. This scholarship is offered to a grade 12 student who shows proficiency and is planning post-secondary education. Our recipient is Drew Hubert. The Gary Vonorowski Memorial Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Mr. Lee Poncelet. This scholarship is given to a deserving student who has extensive involvement in minor sports and who follows the philosophy of Mr. Vonorowski, whatever you do, do well. The recipient this year, is chosen by the Minor Sports Association, is Vinay Junik.
The Photography by Mitch Award, valued at $500, presented by His Worship, Mr. Mitch Hipsley. This award goes to a student with the most creative and innovative mind in the visual arts. In the famous words of the late Albert Einstein, imagination is more important than knowledge itself. The recipient is Avery Newmiller. Avery plans to move to Alberta this fall to pursue a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree with a major in painting. I think they're trading pins. The Ted Willock Math Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Mr. Dan Cross. This scholarship, named in honor of former YRHS math teacher Ted Willock, is presented to a student who has excelled in math. Louise Aloco, please come forward. Travelers number 578 scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Ms. Rebecca Tatarnik. This scholarship is offered to a student who shows general proficiency and who is planning post-secondary education. The recipient is Carter Diddick. The Associated Canadian Travelers Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Mrs. Loran Chapman. This scholarship is presented to a student of high standing who is planning post-secondary education in a human health field. Alex Poncelet, please come forward.
Next up is the Dave McVeigh Memorial Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Mr. Perry Ostapowicz. This scholarship is awarded to a student with a high average in History 30 in honor of a former YRHS history teacher, Dave McVeigh. Mr. McVeigh was well known for his many sayings loud voice, and ability to make history come alive, resulting in many former students remembering him fondly. Sounds exactly like someone else I know. Emma Adel is the worthy recipient this year. The Doreen Burns Memorial Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Ms. Tara Haugen. This scholarship is sponsored by the Springside District Lions Club and is presented to a grade 12 student from the Springside District. The recipient must be planning to enroll in some academic, vocational, or technical program which is not offered at the high school level. Brianna Jansen, please come forward. Next up is the Westland Insurance Amplifying Communities Award, valued at $500, presented by Tim Zabel. This scholarship is awarded to a student that is pursuing post-secondary schooling. They show leadership and dedication both at school and in the community. They support local organizations through volunteering and a commitment towards making a difference in the community. The recipient this year is Elia Bolmy.
The Father Delaire Council number 5182 Knights of Columbus bursary, valued at $500, presented by Lauren Stachician. This bursary is awarded to a graduate for general proficiency and is to be used for educational purposes. Manning Stachician, please come forward. Manning plans to attend the University of Saskatchewan this fall and enter into education. The Excellent English Scholarship, valued at $5 in a technical field at a recognized post-secondary institution. Our recipient is Liam Larson.
The Yorkton Lions Club Academic Scholarship, valued at $500, also presented by Ms. Rebecca Tatarnik. This award is given to a grade 12 student with a high academic record who plans to pursue post-secondary education. The winner is Cole Smith. The Yorkton Lions Club Leadership Award, valued at $500, presented by Mrs. Loran Chapman. This award is given to a student who shows outstanding leadership qualities in at least one of these areas: student representative council, a fine arts production, or a major sport. The winner must hold a good academic record and must display excellent leadership qualities, which she does. Isabel Easton. The Willowbrook and District Lions Club Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Eugene Maestrovich. This scholarship is awarded with preference given to a student from the Willowbrook area. This year's recipient is Kristen Prabilski. The J. Elton Davidge Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Ms. Sarah Greensides. This scholarship goes to a grade 12 student from the city of Yorkton who plans to pursue post-secondary education. Academic standing will be a consideration, but the student's community participation will be a main focus. Students must apply for this scholarship, and this year the successful recipient is Marissa Buds.
The Hamilton Business Excellence Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Mrs. Christine Tether. This award is given to a student who has shown strong academic background, an interest in pursuing business studies post-graduation, and who is involved in the community, exemplifying leadership qualities. Chance Happy is the worthy recipient. Chance will be attending the University of Saskatchewan this fall, where he will study business. The Yorkton Council number 2031 Knights of Columbus Scholarships, valued at $500 each, presented by Ms. Rebecca Tatarnik. These two scholarships are awarded for general proficiency and are to be used for educational purposes. Recipients must be the children of a knight and/or member of the parish. The students who meet these criteria are Georgina Aktimichuk and Venice Kunanen. Georgina plans on entering hairstyling and aesthetics after taking a gap year. And Venice will also be taking a gap year and then attending the University of Saskatchewan.
Next up, we have the Jackie McKay Continuing Education Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Mrs. Loran Chapman. This award is sponsored by the SPCA and is given to a student who's pursuing post-secondary education in the field of animal care. The recipient of this award is Max Penner. The Yorkton Bowl Arena Scholarship, valued at $500, presented by Ms. Rebecca Tatarnik. This scholarship is presented to a student who is a league bowler and demonstrated strong commitment to the sport. The recipient of this award is Mackenzie Wilson. Mackenzie is planning on taking a gap year and then attending Saskatchewan Polytechnic to pursue early childhood education. The Good Spirit School Division Scholarship, valued at $400, presented by Mr. Quinton Robertson. The Good Spirit School Division offers an annual scholarship to the top graduating student in each of the GSSD grade 12 classes. The YRHS top academic graduate is Isabel Easton. The Dr. Bree Ragoza Health Science Scholarship, valued at $400, presented by Ms. Tara Haugen. This scholarship is presented to a student who plans to pursue a career in the health field. The recipient this year is Muiz Aloko.
The Yorkton Curling Club Scholarship, valued at $350, presented by Mrs. Lana Stanek Sebastian. This scholarship is awarded to an active member of the Yorkton Curling Club who is continuing with post-secondary training. Students must apply for this scholarship. Isabel Easton, please come forward. The Yorkton Collegiate Institute 1982 scholarship valued at $300 presented by Mrs. Loran Chapman. This award is presented to a student who is planning their education at a post-secondary institution and is recognized as having worked to their fullest potential. Nicholas Gordon, please come forward. The Independent Order of Odd Fellows Yorkton Lodge No. 9 scholarship valued at $300 presented by Mr. Dan Cross. The recipient of this scholarship must have a good academic record and must be continuing with further education. Jesse Ward, please come forward. Jesse will be attending the University of Regina this fall, where he will study computer science.
The Captain Patrick Rushwick Memorial Bursary, valued at $300, presented by Ms. Bonnie Rushwick. This bursary is awarded to a student who, like Patrick, displayed kindness by being a friend to their peers or by providing a helping hand whenever needed. The recipient is Julia Pura. Julia will be taking a year off from school to plan her post-secondary education. The Josephine and Henry Gulak scholarships, valued at $300, and we have 2 of them this year, presented by Mrs. Loran Chapman. These scholarships are awarded to 2 worthy students who wish to pursue post-secondary education, Drew Hugrid and Drew Ruglin. Please come forward to receive these awards. The Key Auto Group Automotive Scholarship, valued at $300, presented by Miss Jennifer Dimitrik. This award is presented to a student who has studied in the PAA trades area and is furthering their studies in a mechanical field. Kaylin Fick, please come forward. Kaylin will be working full-time after leaving high school.
The Parkland Dance Festival scholarship valued at $300, presented by Laura McInnes. This scholarship was presented to a student who has shown dedication and enthusiasm in the area of dance. The festival committee has selected Macy Waschenfelder. Macy will be attending Market College in Toronto this fall for hairstyling. Mom's doing double duty here. The John Donesic Leadership Scholarship, valued at $300, presented by Jackie Waschenfelder. The John Donesic Leadership Scholarship is presented to a student who has been accepted into a business program, shows great leadership skills, and is recognized as a compassionate, fun individual. This year's recipient is Nathan Matichuk. Bredenbury Lions Club Scholarship valued at $250 presented by Ms. Sarah Greensides. This scholarship is available to a student who attended Saltcote School to complete grade 8. The student must be attending full-time at the Yorkton Regional High School and must be continuing with post-secondary education. Leadership and volunteerism are important criteria, and students must apply for this scholarship. The successful candidate is Isabel Easton.
The Yorkton This Week Scholarship, valued at $250, presented by Ms. Tara Haugen. This award is given to a worthy student who plans to pursue post-secondary studies. This year's recipient is Carter Diddick. The Yorkton Nursery School Cooperative Little Scholars Scholarship, valued at $250, presented by Mr. Dan Cross. This scholarship is given to a student entering early childhood education or a teaching program. This year, the recipient is Drew Hubrid. The Yorkton Masonic Lodge No. 12 Scholarship, valued at $200, presented by Mrs. Loran Chapman. This scholarship is presented to a student with strong academic standing. They must be of good character, show respect to others, and show good citizenship. Our winner is Ethan Neal. Ethan will be attending Saskatchewan Polytechnic to complete a drafting and design program.
The W. Ernest Quine Memorial Scholarship, valued at $200 each, presented by Ms. Rebecca Tatarnik. These scholarships are presented to deserving students for academic success. The 3 recipients are Phoebe Gamble, Jesse Ward, and Ethan Neal. Phoebe will be attending the University of Saskatchewan in the fall, where she plans to study nursing. The Beta Sigma Phi Memorial Scholarship, valued at $200, presented by Pearl Jarvis. This scholarship is typically given to a student who has a high academic standing and is being used this year to recognize a community-minded student with a humanitarian spirit. The winner is Vinay Junik. The Order of the Eastern Star Scholarship, valued at $200, presented by Mr. Dan Cross. This scholarship is awarded to a worthy grade 12 student with a high academic record who plans to pursue their education at any post-secondary institution. The recipient is Phoebe Gamble. The Hot Rod Shop High Performance Award, a $200 gift certificate, presented by Mr. Wade Stachura. This award is for a student who has shown a keen interest in restoration and/or performance modifications in the automotive field. Kaylin Fick. please come forward.
The YRHS SRC dedicated scholarships valued at $200, and we have 3 of them presented by Mrs. Loran Chapman. These scholarships are presented to students who show dedication to school life by routinely working hard and showing diligence and responsibility with both their coursework and extracurricular activities. The recipients are Cree Delorme, Cole Smith, and Moiza Loco. Congratulations. The Yorkton Aircraft Service Practical and Applied Arts Scholarship, valued at $200, presented by Mr. Dan Cross. This scholarship is awarded to a student who displayed proficiency in the practical and applied arts areas. The student must be pursuing post-secondary education. Drewn Rugland, please come forward. The Rick Schussel Memorial Scholarship, valued at $100, presented by Ms. Tara Haugen. This scholarship is offered to a student who has displayed a positive attitude and helpful manner as recognized by both staff and students. The student must be continuing with post-secondary education. This year, we honor Sam Goltz. The Grace Henke Sutherland Memorial Prize, valued at $100, presented by Mr. Mike Haskowich. This annual prize is awarded to a graduating student who has exhibited exemplary characteristics, qualities, and attitudes which enhance the life and work of the Yorkton Regional High School. The recipient of the prize this year is Vinay Junik. Just before I end my time here, I know we only have one more scholarship to give out. I would just like to recognize Mr. Haskowich and Mrs. McBride. They've been part of graduation for the last 15 years. And to be honest, I'm terrified because I think I'm in charge of it next year. So I hope the live stream has worked this year. So I think just one great big round of applause, Mr. Haskowich and Mrs. McBride.
You just want a tall vice principal that you don't have to fight with a microphone over. I guess the new guy's 6'7", so you'll be fine. Thanks. Thanks, Mr. Kyle. The Ruth Jolson Medal for English, presented by Miss Sarah Greensides. This medal is given to the grade 12 student with the highest average in English. This year's recipient is Julia Pura.
Thank you to all of our scholarship donors and for those presenting today. On behalf of our student recipients, your donations are very much appreciated. At this time, I would like to recognize the contributions of the many individuals who have helped organize today's valedictory exercises. Mr. Langford and his caretaking staff for the assembling of risers and basic stage setup here in the Antwerp Theatre, as well as for the grooming and shaping of our YRHS property and courtyards. Mr. Dunlop in the back for looking after technical aspects of lighting and sound. Thank you to Ms. Ingham and Mrs. Stanek-Sebastian for the meticulous calculations of our academic honor rolls and tight timelines for those on distinction and great distinction. Thank you to Mr. Willems for setting up and arranging the live stream for this afternoon's commencement ceremony. Our front office staffs of both the main office and student services, Mrs. Mathis, Mrs. Krasowski, Mrs. Miller, Ms. Renas, and Ms. Pravilski. Many educational assistants for looking after the academic excellence lists, ticket preparation and distribution, collection of money, as well as the preparation of our programs and scholarship envelopes. Thank you to our scholarship committee chairs, Mr. and Mrs. Chapman, and other committee members, Mr. Cross, Ms. Tatarniak, Ms. Haugen, Ms. Greensides, and Ms. Philippi, who have organized the awards and scholarships to be presented this afternoon. Thank you to Ms. Haugen, Mr. Chapman, who served as marshals for the processional, Mr. Ostapowicz, who kept our graduates in order behind the scenes, Avery Bond, Haley Davidson, Olivia Burbach, Hannah Surgic, and Mia Zabo, our grade 11 students that served as commencement ushers this afternoon, Ms. Sawatsky and her many assistants from our staff who helped with last-minute adjustments to ensure all graduates were properly outfitted in their caps and gowns. Also to Ms. Sawatsky for the arrangements with the music for our processional and recessional and O Canada. Ms. Nicola for the organization of the YRHS drum group performance. Thank you to Mr. Devin Sapera and the alternative education students for helping purchase, haul, and deliver cold water for our graduates today on the stage. On behalf of the graduates of 2023, Mr. Haskowicz, Mr. Kyle, and myself, I would like to extend a most sincere thank you to everyone who has contributed to these exercises. As the valedictory exercises draw to a close, a few announcements for you. Following the recessional, we encourage students to find their family and friends and get some casual pictures in your caps and gowns before returning them to the room they were signed out in. Please remember at this time there is no smoking allowed on any GSSD property. You would have to go to the city sidewalk to do so. I would encourage you to utilize either courtyard as they have been meticulously manicured for you, for your photos. Best wishes to the graduates of 2023. May you encounter health, happiness, and success in all of your future endeavors. Enjoy your evening, and most of all, be safe. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending.